Hello, and welcome to my discussion for the last unit, Unit 10, Discussion 1. I have done some traveling to foreign countries, so I guess I feel like I have somewhat of a view of the world. With that in mind, there are some areas of the world I have not seen yet, so my view is somewhat skewed. I have taken pictures in places like Singapore and Prague, where it is not always acceptable to take photos. I was lucky enough to be in a group that would tell us when it was acceptable and when it was not. Without that group, I would never have known, because there were not always signs for the American tourist to read when it was respectful and when it was not. Growing up, my dad he was born in England, and when he took us back, he would advise us when photos were acceptable and when they were not. So, for instance, in certain churches, there were times when it was not acceptable. All it would take really is a look from him, and we knew not to ask any more questions. I guess I would have to say the most important thing to consider when taking pictures is to just simply look around you. Are others taking pictures? Does anyone seem to mind? Take a look at your surroundings and ask yourself, if you lived there, how would you feel about that picture being taken? When you come to that conclusion, make sure you take a respectful picture. I say this because I have a kid that will make funny faces, and we all know that's not always respectable. In regards to bargaining with local vendors, I have to say I hate it. If I have the choice, I will not do it. It makes me uncomfortable because I feel like I am taking money from the vendor. That said, I have been in that position in Singapore and on the island of Sentosa, where the vendors wanted to barter with me. If I like something and put it down, they would just be all over me, offering me a cheaper price even when I just decided I did not like the product. Oftentimes I had to buy the product just to leave the store. I went shopping twice, once by myself and once with my dad, because no one ever questioned him when we were together if he said no thank you. There was no bartering to be had. The process was a little different though in Prague. At the time we were looking at amethyst jewelry because it was made there and we wanted to bring it home as gifts. I loved a ring, but we were there to buy a necklace for my mother. I I was admiring the ring, and eventually the guy who was doing business with my dad said, "If you'll pay this price for this necklace, I'll throw in the ring too." And my dad and him went back and forth, and I ended up with a ring, and my mom got her necklace. I got the ring for free. Therefore, sometimes bartering is a great tool. That said, I will still avoid it whenever possible. Thank you.